Hello and welcome to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce, where we connect with local Troy Chamber members as they give us a glimpse into their company and share some of the business lessons they've learned along the way. Hi everyone, I'm Tara Thompson-Cusack, President and CEO of the Troy Chamber of Commerce, and I'm joined today by our Vice President and lovely co-host, Sheila Denstead.
Hello everyone.
Firstly, I'd like to take a moment and thank our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. Stay tuned for our very first commercial break, where you can learn how you can rely on Trion. So Sheila, we have a very fun guest ahead of us today, and he's actually a friend of mine, so I will let you do the introductions.
Well, thank you. I would say distinguished guest.
Ooh.
I like that word.
I
think
like
it fits him very well. Today we're meeting with Alan Kiriluk, founder and chairman of KIRCO and chairman of the Troy Downtown Development Authority, or for those of us in the know, the DDA, who proudly returns as board co-chair for the 17th consecutive year at this year's Troy Traffic Jam Car Show, a high-octane celebration featuring an exciting race car theme in support of the Troy Historical Village. As founder of KIRCO, a nationally recognized real estate development and construction firm celebrating its 50th anniversary, congratulations, and also headquartered here in Troy, Alan remains deeply committed to preserving local history and fostering meaningful community experiences that span generations. As his leadership with the Troy DDA reflects his dedication to the city's growth and vitality, while his enduring passion for philanthropy paired with a lifelong love of classic and performance cars makes the Troy Traffic Jam a perfect avenue for connection, collaboration, and give back. Alan is honored to drive this spirited tribute to heritage, horsepower, and hometown pride in the Motor City. Welcome, Alan.
Thank you.
Don't you love listening to your own bio?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
It's pretty.
A lot of thoughts, a lot of community motivations in that background. So
I love it. Well, Alan, I actually have the luxury of working with you as a chamber member, but also on the DDA.
Yes.
So I will just lead with you're an amazing human being, but what you do and how dedicated you are to our city and our community is beyond inspiring. So firstly, thank you for all the things that you are doing. But the traffic jam event I know is dear to your heart. So why don't you get us started by just telling us what this actual event is?
okay, so as I transition into the Troy Traffic Jam, being for many decades a trustee with the Troy Downtown Development Authority.
Yeah.
And of course, one of our motivations is always trying to create the lifestyle experience for not only the employees and the employers and the Troy residents. We've always been motivated to try to enhance the experience of being part of the city of Troy. And so as the years have evolved and you've had these concerns, I really, developing Columbia Center, we've fortunately had this big parking lot in front. So we had an ideal environment, had good parking, a good space. We had trees and shade and
it is one of the most beautiful buildings on Big Beaver. Let's be real.
Especially when the sunlight catches it.
Yeah, thank you. So given the situation, and then always been a lover of cars, and who isn't that has grown up in greater Detroit, right? Everybody likes the sound of a badass engine. So as this just came together, that I thought that we would take and create an automotive car show on the Columbia Center site. And that was with the support of the DDA and the City Hall, Troy City Hall. And then as that evolved, the Troy Historic Village, they were financially stressed, and we made a connection with the village. And of course, it's one of my real soft spots is that it's all about children. And I absolutely love what the village does. And I always, proud to say that they will have 27,000 children a year will visit there. And what are they doing? They're learning about how our country evolved and how we all grew up and how it was even 100 years ago, how dramatically different things used to be. So with that and the ability to raise money for the village, we decided to start this car show. And it has evolved over the 17 years. And every year a month after we finish the usual August, the first Sunday of August car show, the next month we're already starting to work on the next year's show.
Oh, wow.
And so we got a great team, got a great committee. Jen Peters is co-chair with me, and she's the CEO of the village. And so we have a great team to start grinding through all the details, and what do we do for cars, and what do we do for our theme, and what experiences do we add or enhance for our families, because we want it to be family oriented. We want children to be exposed to the automotive world, and ability to kind of touch and feel and ask questions of people that have a legacy in their careers in the car world. And so it evolves every year, and not this being our 17th year.
Yeah.
And we will have certainly close to 400 cars.
Well, don't talk through all the secrets yet. But it's so funny though, Alan, because I always laugh because I work with you on numerous occasions and days. Yeah. But when we bring up this event specifically, you light up. You get so there's a joy that comes out of the fact that you found a way to be on the DDA, be an amazing business owner, and somehow find a way to bring it all together as a community event. It's kind of like a crowning moment of achievements for things that you've done. But Sheila, I know you have questions. I just think it's so cool. So,
well, yeah, no, I mean, God, I have so many questions. But I want to start with, you mentioned this is your 17th year of being part of it. Was it 17 years ago your first year? And when you did start and you brought it to the city of Troy or whoever you brought it in front of, what did they say when you said, I want to start a traffic jam?
Well, interacting with the DDA board way back when, and, in the city, at City Hall, the administration and so forth, and everybody embraced it. And so that's how it started, And, I spent a lot of time in business leadership in downtown Detroit years ago. And, it's all a community's vitality is really the quality of life, and there are many aspects.
Very true.
Yeah.
And so nothing is more motivating. And you say I smile. Well, I do, because I love seeing the children there, young people. We have many other activities we can talk about. Yeah. But when I know that there are families there, and I know there are people interested, they're there and they're there to learn, which is cool. And, and they see things they don't regularly see. And then maybe I'll get a chance to comment on some of the things. There are going to be some very unique vehicles, and people bring in very unique vehicles to the show that we're really proud of. And, that's supporting the city and supporting the village.
I love it. Well, guys, I think this is a great moment to take a quick little break and hear a word from our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. We'll be right back.
I'm Joe Vicari, President and CEO of the Joe Vicari Restaurant Group, which encompasses 24 restaurants throughout the country. Trion's able to provide for our employees health insurance, 401ks, vacation time. All of that helps us compete against larger companies for top talent. Happy employees make for great service, and that's what our restaurants are known for. That's why we rely on Trion.
You can always rely on Trion.
Welcome back to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. We are here with Alan, and we're talking about the amazing event, the Traffic Jam, coming up in August. So you and I both love cars. We've had this conversation. When you talked about even the children, one of the greatest moments, I still think of the moment seeing my nephews and taking them to car shows and seeing their eyes get so big, and seeing the love of cars start at such an early age is so fun and so inspiring. But can you tell us a little bit about some of these vehicles, these unique things we're going to be able to see this year?
So this year, every year we try to have a theme that we orient. Last year, we recognized the GTOs and Mustangs anniversary. So we had a lot of very collectible Mustangs, GTOs, and folks like me, just guys that have a few cars in the garage and
just a few,
and bring them in the show, but this year we have a race theme. So we were looking for, and we were inviting feature cars and invite anybody in, that wants to bring a car. There, in the tradition of our usual people that attend and bring their vehicles, and but we're going to have some really unique race vehicles. For example, Roush is going to give us a couple cars, racing cars.
Nice.
I mean, these are the real deal. We're going to have Penske's going to give us a couple cars.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Lingenfelter.
Ken's a good guy.
Jeff Nowicki, yeah. And so we have Nostalgia. They're bringing collectibles, and over the years, they've brought the Tuckers. He's nationally known, if not internationally known, for restoring Tuckers. So
Wow.
So we have a lot of race cars. We're going to have drag cars. We're going to have rally cars. We're going to have NASCAR type cars. We're going to have road racing cars, and these are the real deal. These are cars that have a history, and we're going to have them back. I think the earliest is going to be in 1913.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what top speed did that race car
I
get?
would say that probably did maybe 100.
In 1913?
1913.
Why
Maybe
did it go fast
80.
back then?
I'm
There were no
Barely,
laws.
but those were suicide sleds. I mean, no rollover bars.
Wheelies were
mechanical
not, they
brakes.
just were natural when you hit that
Live it
top
on the
speed.
Yeah. You just sort of lose it. You just go for it. Get those high speeds.
I love it.
So
Well, we all recognize what the impact on businesses the Troy Traffic Jam brings to Troy. It's a great time for everyone there. Tell us about the audience size, how they've grown over the years, and how big that we could expect them to be.
sorry
See,
about
when
that.
the phone rings, that's actually a good sign. You know what?
It's
guarantee
NASCAR.
I think it's a race car calling. So you should be, you're fine.
That's all right.
Oh, no worries. Hey, if cars are calling, you better answer, but
Yeah.
I guess you'll answer later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Should we just start from the top?
Yep, sure.
All right. We know the impact that Troy Traffic Jam has on Troy businesses. It's always super positive. Can you talk a little bit about audience size and how it's changed over the years?
Well, yes. We have found, because we have people there that are participate in, it's like Jeff Nowicki. He'll have Michelin, a Mobile One, and they're involved in the show. We had a international company called Gallagher Insurance. They own Haggerty, and joined up with Haggerty Insurance.
Yeah.
And that's legendary automotive, call it muscle car, specialty car insurances. And so over the years, what we've learned is that we get a particularly unique and positive crowd of guests. And by that I mean is that we find them to be, and we're learning statistically that they're interested and hungry for learning. They want to know about cars. They want to know about how various vendors that are at the show and present, how they can help them. And so people are engaged, and then we migrated into more for the children. Mm-hmm. So we have the Troy Schools, the robot presentation the youngsters put
very
on.
cool.
We have the pedal cars for the youngsters, and so we have kind of fun things as well as cars, and then
Something for everyone.
So there's lots of different experiences.
Yes.
It's not just the vehicles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it is tied to the vehicles, but
and there will be people with their cars so that you can ask them, how fast does this go? What races? Some of them are legendary. Been in the Grand Prix. Detroit Grand Prix car will be there.
well, and car guys are usually shy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's their
Not so
babies,
much.
right? They're babies, and they're proud to talk about.
Well, and seeing how many people do you expect come to this area just for the show alone?
Well, we will. Last year we had about 6,500 guests.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that include the car people?
No.
Oh,
That's
geez,
just
oh, Pete.
visitors that Yeah.
That's
They come to the show.
fantastic.
The show is from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, and we give awards at 3. And we have a lot of parking, and so people seem to, and we get a lot of repeat people. We were already getting people pre-registering.
Wow.
So, we
Yay.
keep trying to engage the children, young people. You think about, and this kind of motivates me, is if you take a youngster and they're in a pedal car today. So, and if you talk about the big time racers, the NASCAR and all this, they started when they were 5 and 6 years old, And so who knows what you foster and, by children getting comfortable learning. And, we have these tech talks so that people, the legendary career automotive engineers, drivers, etc., they're there to talk to our guests. And we have 4 shows that we do. And then people go to their cars and they continue with dialogue. So.
Well, and it's I hate to say it, when you're working with kids, these are the future of our automotive industry.
Yes.
And obviously, the Motor City, this is what we're known for, but being able to have a part of that is a huge impact and a huge deal for our area.
Yeah, because there'll be cars you don't see. There are cars that rarely see sunlight.
Well, even some of those
museums.
tuckers you don't get to see very
That's
often.
Right. That's right. We got cars from the GM Museum. They support us with cars. Stalls is supporting us with cars, and many others.
Well, and Sheila and I were talking earlier. She actually brought this up about kind of the economic impact to the community as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I have to assume hotels and restaurants in Troy benefit from what you do every year.
Oh, yes. That's a good point. We have cars that come from California. And people paid and they'll transport them here.
Yeah.
They come from Ohio. They come throughout, all over Michigan. And then they stay in the hotels and the restaurants. And, it's all part of that.
An economic driver?
Yes.
Could we say? No, sorry.
no,
mine
See,
wasn't.
I was going ecosystem.
I was going with driver.
No, and then more people get exposed to Troy.
Yeah.
The radio, TV stations will be broadcasting from there. I believe Road and Track will be live broadcasting.
Wow.
Look at
and we'll have some
you.
others. Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of coverage.
I
What
love it.
you've done in 17 years. Yeah, that's very cool.
Well, Alan, I guess, is there any last little nugget of information you'd like to share with our listeners today?
Well, I can assure you that that it'll be a fun experience. You're going to see bright, shiny, badass cars. Excuse me.
That's okay.
Hey, if they're badass,
cool.
they're
You don't
badass.
see
Own
them on the
that.
street. A lot of them are not even street legal. They are not driven on the street. They're real legitimate race cars. And so you don't see those, and you don't see the drivers you get a chance to interact with them. And Cauley Ferrari's going to have a big several Ferraris, and they'll have some very exotic Ferraris. So it'll put a smile on your face, and it's shiny and exciting, and a lot going on, and busy. DJ with music, and so it's just a fun experience.
It sounds like
no charge.
Perfect
it's
day.
free, and we have good parking. And if anybody's interested, they can go to TroyHistoricVillage.com and they'll find the webpage on that. It's also, I believe, on the City of Troy's webpage.
I would wager in ours too.
And will be on the Troy Chamber.
And the Chamber.
Also, we will
Thank you.
add that link, especially to this podcast, so you can get easy access to learn more information.
And then, of course, you can just go to the Troy Historic or TroyTrafficJam.com and learn more. And if you're like to bring your cars out, a car or cars, you can pre-register. People are already pre-registering. So good food, fun, music, a lot of exciting things that you normally don't see.
It sounds perfect, Alan.
Great day in Troy.
And what I will say is that is all we have here today for Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. Alan, thank you so much for sharing
Thank you.
everything about Traffic Jam. And guys, if you want to go, make sure, like he said, you can also go to all those websites listed. And also, you'll see me and my husband there as well.
Yes, sir.
So
We look forward to it. And thank you to the Detroit Chamber for supporting the show.
Absolutely. Well, thanks everyone. To learn more about the Chamber, go to troychamber.com and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye now.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.